Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Jess is gonna hate me for this. Hello, you are listening to a very, 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 very special episode of the Unprofessionalism podcast. Can you believe that? Yes. Now today we are joined by two guests. Mine is Colin because he's not a weeb.
Okay. All right.
Gabe and Ryan are our guests today. I am Ben, and Ajesh is always here forever until the end of time.
Amen.
Yo, it's me, Gabriel Stokes. I've been in this podcast before. It was on my birthday.
Yes, Ryan was also here 2 times.
I've been here. Have I been here 2 times?
You have.
Yes.
You have.
This is your third.
And now you're here again to talk about
third
Cowboy
timer.
Bebop.
Yes, sir. The only anime I've ever watched and ever will watch.
The anime I've watched like several times throughout my whole life of living.
Yep, we forced Ryan at gunpoint to watch Cowboy Bebop, and then we were like, yes, let's do this.
And we finished it last week.
And whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
And then hearing that,
Exactly.
and hearing that they were about to end, I was like, I can catch up.
Yeah. We were just like, okay, we're watching the last 2 episodes tonight, and Ajesh was like, oh, I can catch up to that. Like, he barely started.
And then Ben was like, you can't. And I was like, is that a challenge? And he said, I guess so. And then I did.
And Ajesh ended up failing. He did not.
No. I have a reason. The past 48 hours when I said I was going to watch it were the busiest 48 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Which I will probably talk about in a different, unrelated topic episode, because this is strictly about Cowboy Bebop.
This is.
But it's just a grinder. This man can grind
I binge
his ass
everything.
off on a show.
Ryan, go ahead.
So we should probably get back on topic here.
Yes.
Before
Exactly.
click away.
Yeah,
We're going to be talking about
Don't
this.
click that X button. You're watching the Disney Channel.
We're going to be talking about
Exactly.
this incredibly relevant show from 1998 that, if you haven't seen, watch it. This is coming from somebody...
It is relevant now. It is relevant now because it's live action.
Oh, well, true. It's getting right back started again. Very controversial opinion. I hate anime. So I didn't want to watch this at all.
You're not alone. Anime is not mainstream.
Is there any reason why?
I only watch certain anime. Just things I enjoy.
I don't really like the art style, and I kind of stereotyped all of it as like the cringy, high-pitched voice, big eyes, like typical like high school setting, and I didn't really like that. But this show it felt more like, not like the superhero cartoons I would watch when I was younger, like the Spider-Man and the Wolverine that I'd watch the X-Men, but it didn't feel like your typical just normal anime show that I would stereotype and think of. And I admit I did stereotype these shows.
This is true. There are a lot of just like tropes in anime that are just reused and reused.
Dude,
they are.
I know.
So I wasn't expecting to enjoy the show as much as I did, to the point where I was quoting it when we started. But it just, I don't know. But I liked the show. I thought it was pretty good.
I think like Cowboy Bebop's like an anime that anyone can get into. Regardless if you don't like anime or not, you can just get into it and still enjoy it. Like it's like, actually that's like, I think Cowboy Bebop's like the first anime I ever watched and I got into, which got me to watch other things I really enjoyed. So, yeah.
I'm glad I decided on my own without any pressure from anyone on the outside.
We were just like, okay, Ryan, we're watching it right now for like 2 weeks straight.
You were moving me into voice channels and everything. Screen on.
There was also times I joined in school just so I could watch it, because I was not doing anything in classes anyway, but I was like, dude, I'm gonna watch this anyway. I see you guys watching, I'm like, oh, let's watch it. I was have to be muted.
When we're discussing the show, I know we're going to be discussing a lot about the show, but
spoilers
in general...
Spoilers allowed.
Of course, you should expect them.
Yes.
The show came out in 98. If you wanted to watch it and you haven't seen it by now, what the hell are you doing?
It's available on a lot of versions because, the power of the internet, but I think the show is best enjoyed going in blind. However, there are a few selling points of the show that I'd like to tell you. Like, it's like a genre of its own. Great music, great animation, great dub and sub, so it's very beginner friendly. It's relatively short, one season, and it's just good to start with. Like, I think anyone can pick it up. So if you want to, I think we all can agree that we would all recommend it, right?
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, not me. I would not recommend it.
That- what?
Nah, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And I think if you want to enjoy the show, go in blind. Right?
This is true. I was blind until Gabe spoiled the ending, like right before I was gonna watch.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
we're gonna
sorry
be talking about the ending. So
no. Gabe thought I
No,
already
but
saw the ending. And he said it.
I think before we discuss anything in detail, in general, we know what Ajesh just thought. Ben, you like this show a lot. What are your views on this show?
What are my views?
you're the one who made us watch it.
You're right.
Yeah, you're the one. You forced me. What compelled you to force other people at gunpoint to watch this show?
See, it's not because of the show. It's just because I like forcing people to do stuff. JK.
Yeah, but you don't.
Well,
you
and
don't
that's all the time we have today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.
I mean, to me, I don't even remember when I started watching it. I don't even remember when. It's
I think no, Ben.
of course I saw the dub, of course. I saw the
No,
first
Ben-
7 episodes, and then I just stopped. And then a year later, I started watching it again on the Disney bus home, and with the choir trip, and then I just kept going. And then I started watching with Ryan, and then I watched it second time through.
Yeah, Ben. I think I also recommended it to you. I think I remember like one time in like I think maybe a class I said, "Yo, you should watch this." Like I'm trying to remember, but maybe I did. I don't remember. Like,
I think I watched it in 10th grade.
No, I think I watched it with you. I think I recommended
watched
it
it
to you.
first.
Yeah, maybe actually. I don't remember, but I thought I did recommend it to you. I don't remember.
I think you were telling me to rewatch it, like to go back, and finish it. In
now
11th
I
grade.
remember. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's why I watched it on the Disney bus and finished it.
So-
Nice. Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
I wrote down a couple talking points and a few questions I wanted to ask you guys, and I'll give my opinion too. But
I've been waiting for this.
I have been. I prepared. All right.
I
I
did
don't want you
too.
to force me to watch another show again.
Oh, we're watching Steins Gate.
In
Watching
your
Attack on Titan.
opinion, of all the characters, the main 5 characters, who do you think had the best ending?
Ending.
Yes.
Okay,
Whose
that-
ending do you think fit best? Which one were you most satisfied with?
You're satisfied?
Yes.
I mean, if anything, it's like Spike is the only one with an ending.
No.
Yeah.
In my,
You know?
I think Ed has a solid ending. I think Spike has a solid ending. Wait, 5?
Literal in a literal sense.
Yeah. Which one were you most satisfied with? The last time you see the character on screen. That's how I classify
Yeah.
their
Oh
ending.
yeah, I know. Their
Whose
ending,
character were you most satisfied with?
I think definitely Spike, because Spike's was it was built up during a few episodes in the series, like with Jupiter
Yeah.
Jazz and episode 5.
Jess, what do you
was-
think?
Okay, I'm gonna cover a couple points that I think. I think
And
Spike is the main character, and therefore he had the biggest build up. I think we learn more about Jet's past than we do him right now. Like, I'd say Jet and I think Ein. Do you include Ein?
Yes,
Yeah,
Of
Ryan said
course.
5 main characters.
Okay, yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but-
I'd say Jet probably has the weakest ending just because we go more into his past, more so, and then we see how he is afterwards, and he's still like just wandering, you know? But like, you still know that he can move on. And I'd say after that, probably be Ein, because he follows after Ed, and then they wander off. Then I'd say probably Faye. Like, Faye doesn't have an ending, she just has a resolution to her character. Because she finds that she gets her memory back, and then she doesn't want Spike to leave, but she continues on the Bebop with Jet, right? And then she helps
In
him
that
get
case,
out. Mhm.
when I say ending, I meant resolution.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
so
I-
that's good.
I
Thank
think Faye had a good resolution, and then the last episode happened, and then she went through something really emotional. I wish I could see her afterwards, like come to like an acceptance. But then after that,
you.
we have Ed. Ed, I'll talk about Ed's character later, but the ending after like finding out that whole episode with her dad, I think that was one of the most satisfying and like surprisingly hitting character endings, because it was like, wait, she
Yeah.
just leaves? because she has nothing
Thank
else to
you.
do, right? And
Yeah.
and then it's Spike for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Gabe. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my opinion. I think
Yeah.
Spike has like the best resolution. 'Cause I think he finally forgot about the past, and now he lives in the present. Like, cause like the whole thing, like he always thought that he was always living in the past. Now, he fulfilled what he was doing. Now feels like he's now in the present. So I feel like his resolution is like the best.
Ooh, I got a question after this. Okay.
So, hold on. I'll speak mine and then I'll let you ask your question. So, I feel if this show was about, say, this show was about Faye, then Faye would have had the most satisfying ending. If this show was about Jet, they would have had it. Spike being the main character, it's almost a guarantee because you have the most information, the most build up with his character, and the most conflict, and the greatest resolution most of the time. But I feel like when it came to me actually viewing the show, I was most satisfied with the ending for Ed.
Yeah.
Because I think that was a tipping point for the group.
Yeah.
When Ed left, it was like it was like a little family slowly becoming separated. And the music that was playing, it was really powerful.
Call Me? Oh, my God, I love that song. Sorry.
That was my favorite moment in the whole show because that's when it's like, all right, the kid's being sent off. Everybody's sort of lost. They're not really sure where they're going. Faye's struggling with her past, and Spike is obviously still, Faye's trying to remember. Spike's struggling with his past memories. And I just thought, for me, that was my favorite moment of the show. And I think his ending was the most satisfying.
Thank you. Oh my God. It was like it marked the beginning of the end, and that song was so good.
It was.
I listened to that and I was like, damn, I miss Ed.
Was that same vocalist also did the main theme for Sonic and the Secret Rings?
But Ben, this isn't the Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Seven
podcast.
rings in hand.
Yeah, but Sonic and the Secret Rings sucks. We can talk about this another time. Sonic and Secret Rings sucks. That's all I gotta say. The music was pretty good.
All right, Ajesh, what's your question?
Music is a strong point. It's a really strong point.
Yeah, we can talk that.
We can talk about music actually.
Hey, we'll talk about it right now.
All right. Do you have any favorite songs? Because I wrote down my favorite songs.
Too many, man.
I wrote down a lot of my favorite songs.
I don't have to write them down. I just have to look at my music folder.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta look at my music playlist too.
Well, go ahead, because I don't know any of the names of the songs. I'll go last on this. I know which one's my favorite.
You'll list them off by singing them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sing my favorite.
Can I say the songs I like actually? Because like,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say this, but I love the whole soundtrack in general. I love every song.
Wow. Okay, generic person.
You like?
No,
tell me you like Car 24.
Car 24. Nah. But I like Rain.
Is that the dumb one when they introduce Ed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that one. See, I know that. All right, sorry. Good.
No, but like I just like the soundtrack in general. I listen to it like a lot because it has a mix of Western, has a mix of like just like jazz and shit like that. It can be catchy, but also very like calming. So I just like the soundtrack in general, dude. It's pretty good. But I don't know. If I could pick a favorite song, I would just say like Rain, which is one of my favorites.
That's a good one. I have that on here.
So going back watching it a second time, I did find some more songs that I thought were really good. I don't know the names of.
Do you know moments? Do you know like when they played?
I don't remember the exact moment. Well, of course, when the final scene with Ed was of course a really good one.
Yeah, that song's called "Call Me, Call Me."
Okay.
So you're listening.
Wow. Okay. It's I forget the moments. It was towards the end, towards the last two episodes. That
Wait. You mean like the last? What was that song again? I know what you're talking about.
No. It wasn't. It wasn't like the last two episodes. I'm talking about like the second half of the show. But besides that, it was Rush. Rush is a really good one.
Rush is so good. Wait, Ben, what's your favorite version? Because there's two versions of Rush.
No, the original.
Yes, that's my man right there.
I love Rush.
It's so good. I hate how they play. I think they only play that version once, and that's during the fight with Asimov, right?
Asimov.
Yeah, that's like the very first episode.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude. I also love the opening theme, dude. Like, I have it as my alarm clock every time I wake up because it's so. No, it's like so loud that it wakes me up instantly.
It was my ringtone.
See,
Yeah,
I
it
have
was
I have an iPhone 6, so I wake up to the sound of alarms crashing and the ceiling falling down, and I
Nice.
can't change it.
Yeah, you can.
I can, but it's just I got church bells, I got a piano riff, I got a motorcycle. Old man Jenkins on his jalopy. I can set my alarm to that, but other than that,
No, I think you could upload your own.
I used to be able to.
Yeah, well, I do some like I think I did some like weird thing how to get ringtones that I want onto my phone. It was very weird, but I haven't done that in a while.
But
Because now,
speaking
Sorry,
of the
you go.
music, speak back to the music because we're getting a little off topic. For me, I think my favorite song is at the end of every episode, the one that plays during the credits.
See you, Space
I
Cowboy.
enjoy.
Or the real
Damn,
folk
Ryan, you
blues.
should have told me. I skipped it almost every time.
I hate you.
yeah, true.
Well, I want to tell you why I appreciate that song. I think whether it was intentional or not, it was very clever. If it was unintentional, good for them. It is a very good move unintentionally. Playing that song at the end of the credits, you hear, oh, that's the end. At the very end of the show, when Spike is going to see Vicious at the very end, that final sequence, that song is playing,
Yes.
and it's the first time you hear it fully.
Yes.
And it's basically telling you this is the end. It ends like this. And that being
Yeah.
that song represents the end of things for me. You see it at the end of the episode, and it's how his character ends. And I
Actually, I never-
appreciated how it was brought through everything.
When shows do
Actually, I
that,
never thought
it's
about that,
genius.
dude.
Okay, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure does that at the end of part 2.
Okay.
I think Breaking
Okay.
Bad does that, but it's with the opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
but it's
oh,
the same
yeah, oh.
situation.
Gives you an
But
idea.
Ryan, here's the thing. It's not the same song though.
It's
It's
not.
it's a different key and it has completely different lyrics. I know you
Really?
couldn't tell because it's Japanese.
It's half.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
it's that same. I know it's in a different key.
I know
but
it's the same melody you could say, but it's
Yeah,
the
you can
words were completely
associate
changed.
it.
I don't know
though.
what the words mean. I just know the words are different.
Also, I wasn't-
When
Speaking
you
of
were
the
watching
uncredited-
the show.
No,
did you
I
think-
know I know the association between the
Yeah.
two.
Speaking of the end credits, dude, I did like the song that played at the last episode at the end, dude. That song was pretty good.
Blue.
I forget
Yeah,
what it's called.
it was
dude.
very powerful.
Blue is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when the star was going out, Ryan was like, "It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen."
I called
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the chief guy said a star falling
Oh.
shows the soul is lost,
Yeah.
and at the very end of the credits, the star faded.
I like
was like, oh.
I like that so much because it's not like the ending of Inception where it's like kind of ambiguous. That
Yeah, exactly.
that was satisfying. Seeing that star go out was actually
Yeah,
satisfying.
it proves that Spike died, Gabe.
Spike
Bro,
died.
no, but like the person who made it, like the director, he literally said that like he left the ending ambiguous, so it's up to your interpretation of what he would think happened. You could think like, oh, he died, or you think, oh, he's alive.
Oh, who
Maybe
could-
he's
Gabe,
alive.
Gabe,
could
you
it
can
be?
interpret it in any way you want, but when you get sliced in the stomach and shot a
Although-
few times, I think you're gone.
No,
Well, if
but
you think
there's-
about it, only one star went out. What if only Vicious died?
No, but that was after Spike died.
Exactly,
Only Vicious died.
man.
It's possible. What it could be also be that Shin or Jin, whatever his name was, the twin brother who
Shin.
also died.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
Vicious
but I-
doesn't get a star because he's a bad noodle.
Vicious.
No, but I was bad noodle.
I will say
no, because I
Vicious.
think about
I think one of my wait. I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to the music point. I think Vicious was a weak villain because we didn't know
I agree.
anything about him.
He was just kind of like there as
I was like, oh, we used to fight together. That's it. Okay.
no, I think the kind of like the backstory is like I think they used to like work with each other.
Yeah, they did
and then,
in the
like,
Syndicate.
Although at the end,
Exactly.
the reason for Spike fighting him at the end was a good reason because Spike wanted to run away from everything with Julia, but when Julia first when Anne the shop owner died, he said I can't run away anymore, and then Julia died. That just set him off, and that just made with Vicious taking over the Syndicate, that gave all of that gave Spike the reason to fight him.
Okay, we can
Exactly.
talk about the
Very end.
ending in a bit. Wait, I just want to go
Very
over
end,
my quick favorite song. So it's Tank Rush, which played during the Asimov fight. There's a song that plays when Spike chases after Ein for the first time in the city. It's called a Bad Dog.
Oh,
No
Bad
Biscuit.
Dog, no biscuits.
Yeah.
The Bad Dog No Biscuits. That's another one I also
There's this
like.
recurring song called Cat Blues, where if you hear it, you'll recognize it. It's just kind of like the tomfoolery parts. There's a song called Cosmos. There's a song called Space Lion, which has percussion and
Oh,
that choir.
Cats on Mars.
based on Lion is a pretty good one too.
Cats on Mars
Cats
is
on
the
Mars
best
is
one.
okay.
Shake.
Cats on Mars is okay. I didn't put it on the list.
No, it's the meme song. It's the meme song.
Yeah, and I don't.
Yes.
Oh my god. Another song, an underrated song, is Waltz for Azizi. Suggest you listen to it. There's a song called
Oh, well,
Piano
that one.
Black, which is the one that sounds like a car trying to start. You know, it's really catchy.
Yeah.
Too Good, Too
There's so many
Bad
songs.
is such a good big band song. The Egg and I is very good. Memory makes you think. Elm is like a remix of Seal's Kiss from a Rose, and it plays when Jet is having a flashback, I think. Blue at the end, Call Me, and then the ending, Real Folk Blues. Those are my favorite songs from the whole series.
All right. You guys didn't see. Well, Gabe saw the movie. Barely, but
No, I'm actually starting to rewatch it now because I seen the movie like years ago and then like I wanted to rewatch it again, but then I got too distracted with other things, so I didn't have a chance to watch it full time with Ben and stuff. But
and the movie had like some really really good songs. It was
oh, dude.
What Planet Was This? There was Clutch and Gotta Knock a Little Harder.
I think I've heard that.
Those
actually.
were good. Also, I also did like 7 Minutes. That was another song I liked. They actually it was hype. And yeah.
So further discussing the ending,
Yeah.
we were talking about, in my opinion, and Ajesh, you agreed that Jet had one of the weaker endings. And I think with what we learned about Faye, thinking more about it, I think it's a satisfying ending for resolution for her character, but it's a turning point in her life where she's going to make changes and try and really live again. And I think, now, I'm not as intelligent as those corporate heads at Netflix are when they come to reboots and repackaging the same stuff. But I think if they cared at all, which they don't, they would make the film about the events after, with Jet, with Faye, and even have a little bit of Ed in there. Show him living with his father. Show her living with her father. Ed's a guy's name. I'm sorry. It's hard to say.
It's very confusing.
No, but either way, they shouldn't have made it live action.
Yeah,
I
We're
don't
gonna
think
make a
so.
sequel series.
No, it's off topic, but I remember they doing that with Death Note, and like I heard it was terrible, and like I just don't get why they want to make good anime into like a live action. It's like why? It's like it just ruins the whole point
See,
of
what's the thing Mr. Krabs used to say? Oh, that's right, money.
Exactly. They want money. All they want is the fucking money, so like people could be like, oh my god, it's Death Note live action. I'm gonna watch this. Then they watch it, and it's like, what the fuck?
No, but Cowboy Bebop has such like a style to it, and it's so like
Exactly.
so it has like a sci-fi, but like also retro and like noir western,
And Western.
feel. How can you do that in live
Yeah.
action? It's
Facts.
so.
Exactly.
I said it before, but I genuinely think that Cowboy Bebop is like its own genre. However, I will say it is a bit overrated. I wouldn't
I
I
a lot
wouldn't
of people
call
do.
Cowboy Bebop a masterpiece. Personally, I gave it a high 8 out of 10. If you had to give it a number, what would it be?
Okay, if I had to give it a number, I would say 8 or 9.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, 8 or 9 between that.
Now, I'm going to answer your question, but I'm also going to let you know I've always hated these number systems.
Really?
Damn.
I like to just discuss how I felt, but if I was going to rate this show, and I've never watched other anime, I'm comparing this to just
Other shows. Yes.
normal pieces, normal shows,
Pieces
and
of
film
media.
even. I would give this maybe an 7 or 8. 7 or 8.
Okay.
All right, so we.
Or
Damn, I
consensus
think I know why. I think I know. No.
Yeah, I think
You know, Ryan says how he likes the characters' resolutions and everything. At the beginning, Ryan did not like the characters.
Well,
Yeah, I
remember
you're
that.
supposed. You're
No, yeah.
supposed to
It's
hate
like,
some of these characters.
yeah, you
and
felt
then
like
you're gonna
Spike.
like them in the end.
You felt like Spike. You
Yeah,
hated Ed. You
that's-
Yeah,
hated Spike.
exactly.
It
But
puts you in that,
there's-
and that's
there's-
looking back on that. That's why I appreciated how it started,
That's
and
true,
I appreciate
that's
how
true.
it ended.
Mm.
The vulgar things I would say about. So, well,
No,
not
that's
vulgar,
fair.
in
Just
my
three
terms,
things.
a little less.
Just 3 things I hate: dogs, kids, and women with attitude. So why all these people in my ship?
Exactly, but
That was Ryan.
I forget what I was saying.
You're talking about like you're saying how you
Oh,
said a lot of
the
Yeah.
reason why I gave it a 7, in my opinion, is because now here comes the criticism. Ben, this is why you like the show so much. This is why I disagree with the show at some points. The pacing is good. The directing of each episode is good. But going all together, there are some episodes that you'd have the same effect, maybe a little less, but a similar effect if you just skipped them entirely.
I
Because
agree. I mean, like,
There's
I
a
agree.
lot of fluff in this
Yeah.
show, and the villain in the end is very weak. And
Well,
all
yeah.
that time, they could have established his character a little bit stronger, and then I would have loved the show a lot more.
The character
My-
itself was
yeah.
weak. The
mean,
moments
yes.
had weight to it because of episodes like
Oh yeah,
episode 5,
Well, the thing
Jupiter
is, like, with this
Jazz,
is, like,
you know.
you only
What's up?
I was saying that, like, yeah, I agree with that because, like, you only had a few episodes with Vicious, and you really didn't build up what he was or like his backstory or anything like that. You get glimpses of it, but you never get like the full story. He is kind of like the kind of weak character
Yeah,
in my opinion.
my problem with it is that like the episodes they sometimes do feel rushed and like how fast they progress and you know what I mean, like how like the action going on and everything that's happening just because they have to fit it into that like 20-minute TV slot. 20 minutes,
Yeah.
you know, if you include the intro and outro.
That's just
And
TV in general.
To the point
People
where
have a
the
problem with
movie's
pacing,
2
where
hours.
You think it could be paced better?
Like the movie, they just don't know what to do with all that time. The
okay.
movie is kind of slow.
See, that's why you
for
can just
Cowboy
read the
Bebop.
manga.
Yeah, it is.
If you read the manga, you can go to your own pace, and it feels more natural.
Okay,
There's not
Ajesh.
really-
No,
TV
I
show came
read
first,
manga.
Ajesh.
I read my books left to right, so thank you.
Facts. Now right to left.
I read both ways. I read comics and manga. I'm a nerd like that.
Okay, JoJo's.
I read everything. Shut up. Okay, this is
Oh,
about
would
Cowboy
you-
Bebop.
Sorry.
All right. Wait, let me talk.
So,
Wait.
okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
I want to mention my history with the show real quick. So, in the summer between freshman and sophomore year, I think, I volunteered at the public library. Our public library has a youth program where in the basement, sometimes they bring like video games, board games. They put on a movie. Sometimes sometimes have shows, and I volunteered. The first day I showed up, no one else was there. So me and the person in charge who liked anime decided to show me Cowboy Bebop, and she showed me it in sub. We watched the first 2 episodes
SMH.
in sub.
Bruh.
I went home, watched it, the 3rd episode in dub, and then I never watched it again. However,
Okay, Ajesh, you are a sublord though. You are a
no, can
sublord.
I watched the 3rd episode in dub, and I still liked it. Okay, I just stopped for some reason. With that being
Oh, can I
said,
say my bad?
I've rewatched the first 3 episodes, I think total 3 times. And one of them was dubbed, 2 of them were dubbed. I can definitively say that the first 2 episodes are like actually some of the best first 3 episodes I've seen of a show. The first episode is actually amazing. 2 is a little bit weaker. 3 I really liked. Like really liked.
Was 3 the one with the casino? When they
Yes.
first introduced
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, I think
Favorite
it was
showed
the
up.
casino.
Which is a great episode. But
Got some bad memories with that episode.
you hated Faye,
Yep,
didn't
I
you?
remember.
Okay.
Ryan, did you hate Faye?
Could I
Yeah.
say my his?
She's a space hoe.
A space, a thought.
I kind of liked her attitude.
No,
though.
can I-
She was kind of hot. I'm just
Okay,
kidding. I'm not a
Jess.
weeb. I'm not a
See,
degenerate.
that's exactly what they wanted
I'm
you
not
to
a
do.
degenerate like that, though.
Yeah, don't be like that. Just come on,
Hey,
man. Don't like be that kind of type of degenerate. Yeah. I can't say the word. Just weird.
So, going back to talking
could I-
about. Oh yeah,
could I
sorry,
also-
Gabe. Go ahead.
I want to say my history. So I remember like this was like late at night, and if anyone remembers the
At
on
night.
Adult Swim, at Adult Swim there was like the Tanami block that had like anime playing like late at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember one night, I remember watching it was on one night, and I watched it, and I think it was like a random episode, and I didn't know anything about it. And that first episode, whatever episode that was, it left an impact on me. So I remember learning about the show, and I started watching it like in order. And I was like a kid, dude, and like I was so young, so I didn't really know like the deep meanings and shit like that. But still, watching it as a kid, dude, like it left an impact on me a lot. And then I rewatched it recently, so that's just my history about it.
So I
that-
discussed pacing and how I didn't really fully agree with how they paced the episode and made each one its own separate thing. But with that, there are a few positives, such as side characters like villains that they introduce. So, I'd like to ask,
There are a lot
of
side
all the
characters.
side villains and side characters added, who was your favorite?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Damn.
dude, I had to remember. I gotta remember like all. Of
If
them
you'd
now.
like me to go first, I already know what I'm going to say.
Is it
Okay,
Asimov?
you say
And
it.
Ben knows what I'm going to say.
It has.
His
I
name
don't
is
know what you're gonna
Andy.
say. Oh,
name is
Yes, Andy.
I didn't even
And-
think about that.
It was
Yeah.
it was one of the funniest episodes, in my opinion, and it's just the most ridiculous thing, but it's right up my alley because I love cowboys. I love it. Like every game I play, every movie I watch.
Oh,
I
the
love
cowboy.
character.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
Yes.
about.
Cowboy. Yes, Andy. The one
the
is like
fact that he walks out, like, how do you travel through space with a horse?
Mhm.
It makes, and he walks out of the elevator in the horse, and he's running with the horse, going through buildings, chasing cars with the horse. It's just,
I just like.
and the music in that episode was so good, so good.
I just like how he's like similar to Spike in many ways. So that's like the
Yeah.
whole point of the episode, and that's like
Yeah.
the funniest part about it. Because
was
they're just
great.
so similar with how they look and like what they do and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It's-
he's the reason
it
why
was
most
funny.
people like scoff at bounty hunters. Because he's the most popular one, right?
Yeah,
So
but he's an idiot. Like he's got a lot of
Right.
money, and he's like, yeah, I'll be a cowboy today.
and then he's like,
yeah,
yeah, I'll be a
I'll be
samurai.
a samurai tomorrow.
yeah, dude,
I'll be a
that was the
samurai
funniest
tomorrow.
part. That was the funniest part.
Yeah, it was so funny.
He reminded me of
and
Full
they
Horse.
changed his theme, and they changed his theme to fit his new costume at the
Yeah.
end. It was so good, so good.
That was a good side.
Oh,
I do. Agree.
And they just completely ignored the terrorists that they were trying to capture.
yeah, that was
They
the
just let the
funniest.
buildings blow.
Because that
up.
was with the episode with the Teddy Bomber, right?
Yeah,
That was
Yeah, Teddy
Teddy
Bomber.
one of my
Bomber,
least
yeah.
favorite villains. But I find it funny how he kept getting away all the time.
Yeah, and then he was always getting complaints like, can someone like he was like, what was
Can
it?
someone
He's-
understand my reason
And
for this?
And then like
No.
everyone interrupts. He's like, can someone like please like listen to me? And then he just fucking blows up shit.
Yeah,
All right, Ben, what do you think? Who's your favorite
he's my
favorite
favorite.
side character?
Well, besides Andy. No,
Yeah, nobody can say Andy. No doubles here. No duplicates.
Yeah.
Oh, any side character,
one
not
can
just
say
villains?
Yeah, not just
Oh,
villains.
okay.
Any character that they had to be in, not main characters. I don't want to say they had to be in one episode because there's a group of people that I thought were also pretty good in a lot of
Ben,
episodes.
if you say the same person
Okay,
I'm
Ryan.
thinking of, I'm vetoing it. Okay.
Well, I have to say Ryan's pick because I can't think of one of the old guys.
Oh yeah, those guys were funny.
Oh, the old
They were
guys,
just-
dude.
They were just everywhere.
They were everywhere.
everywhere. I loved it.
Good old boomers in Cowboy Bebop.
Ajesh, what'd you
Space.
think?
Um.
And don't say that fat guy that ripped off the penguin and had mental issues.
I was gonna ask.
Ryan hated that episode.
That
I
was
my
completely
least favorite.
hated that episode.
That episode was trash.
Wait, which
but,
old
sorry.
guy?
The one with the carnival.
Oh, I hated that episode.
Yeah,
that was one of my least
Exactly.
favorites.
Everybody hates it. It's garbage. It's the worst episode in the show. Skip it.
Fun
if you're
fact:
gonna watch.
there were 2 episodes that were animated in digital. It was that one and the cult guy, the internet
No,
cult
no, no.
guy.
Actually, the one thing I liked about it was the beginning when they were fighting in the shadows. I hated the whole ending, and like the guy was just a big baby. Like that episode sucked.
Facts.
The only good part of it was
Fact.
the beginning of it. Okay, I'd say I have a couple candidates for my favorite like side characters. One is the 3 old guys because
Mhm.
they're everywhere and they're just funny. Like
Exactly.
they're so
Fact.
funny, and I think they were old bounty hunters too. Then 2 is the old fortune teller guy on Mars. Oh, what was his name?
Okay.
You mean the I think it was like you're talking about the Native American.
Yeah.
Right? Talking about that. Yeah.
Something.
I
Bull.
think it's Laughing Bull.
Yeah. I
Got it.
really liked it.
I just googled it up, so I was just checking.
And then
But
I think Rocco. Do you guys remember
Is
Rocco?
Rocco-
That's it. Yeah, that was a great episode.
Is Rocco?
What?
Remember, Spike met that kid. He wanted him to teach him karate or
Oh,
What-
that-
Oh,
sister's
that,
blind.
oh,
His sister's
dude,
blind.
That was-
dude, his,
that episode hurt.
That was a really
yeah,
good
exactly.
episode. Those episodes,
Yeah,
Love
that
it.
was pretty good.
I think. Yeah, those are my picks.
I
Once
love it.
for Venus, right?
Yes, that's the one on Venus.
I don't remember the planets.
Isn't
Okay.
it? Isn't it sad that the guy on the Bounty Hunter TV show had a better resolution than Jet?
Okay.
Oh my
That's-
God.
that's- I was
Yeah,
actually gonna
cancel the
say my
show.
favorite-
Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled the show. He met his mom at the airport and said, "It's all right. We're gonna take you in." And it's
Wait,
like a hugging
that's the
moment.
same guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, it is, dude.
No, because his mom asks or whatever. It's
Oh!
He's like, "We're a co-host." Yeah, the co-host.
Yeah,
No,
that
it's
was
over.
funny.
That's the best
Actually,
character resolution. That is the
There
best.
you go.
No, actually, I was about to say that. I like the hosts, the two hosts from Big Shot, dude. They're like one of my favorite side characters. Yeah, because it's just funny, like the shit they say and all that stuff, and like their accents. My God, dude, that's one of my favorite side
This is
characters.
a big one.
Oh, wow.
We're going. I can't do
No,
either, dude.
The fact that you immediately jumped to the female one's pretty frightening.
No, because you just did the guy. They're a duo.
I didn't do it. He did.
That's what I meant. Oh my God. Okay. I will say, because we're talking about episodes now, okay? I wouldn't say I have a favorite episode, but I do have episodes that I did not like. I'm gonna put
Actually,
like the penguin clone one.
We know that one.
Okay,
We can
Ryan.
Skip that.
okay.
Ben, you're the only person on planet Earth, and all the planets mentioned in the show that actually enjoyed that
The
episode.
only reason people like episode 20 is because the guy is stupid overpowered.
Facts. Dude.
Okay.
Facts.
So my least favorite episodes were the one with the boy with the harmonica, but he was actually an 80.
You don't like that one?
Oh, that episode sucked.
That episode
Yeah.
was garbage.
That was
dude,
weird.
Dude, I actually liked that episode.
How could they
I thought, in my
ruin a
opinion,
harmonica for me?
that didn't ruin a
Ruin the
harmonica for me. I love the harmonica.
No, actually, Billy Joel's Piano Man ruined the harmonica for me.
Damn.
But
Damn.
let's continue.
I
I love Billy Joel, but overplayed.
I was gonna put the bottle episode where there's like a monster in the fridge, but I actually kind of.
Oh, bro, no, that's my. I love that
neutral on it.
episode.
Like it's a bottle episode.
good.
Like nothing major happens, but it's still a good episode. Cause like you
No,
get to see their crew dynamic.
Mhm.
The COVID
That's
hit.
yeah. There are episodes like that where it may seem like filler, but there are important things that happen where it strengthens the relationship with the crew,
Yeah.
and you learn something new about a character. But there are also the episodes I strictly hate are the ones where nothing is found out, like the one with that carnival and the one with the kid with the harmonica. I forgot about that one, so screw you,
Yeah.
Ajesh.
Hey,
I didn't even
I'm
remember
gonna
that one.
mention one more that
Yeah.
you probably didn't like. Do you guys remember the oh crap? It was like these group of pirates that use computer viruses. Dude, you have no idea how excited I was when I heard space pirates, okay? Pirates in
Oh,
sci-fi. I
yeah.
was so excited. But then they just used computer viruses and it was one of the most boring episodes.
It was.
Yeah.
Wait, there were computer viruses. Wasn't that the one with
So with the
It's
old
like-
guy and like the guy who made the ship for him.
No,
I don't know.
It makes my shit. That's a good backstory.
That
it's like
the
where
only
he
Yeah.
got a
redeemable
ship
part
from.
about that show because you find out about the swordfish, but like nothing major happened.
The actual conflict was like.
The actual
yeah.
conflict.
Oh yeah.
That could have been like, that's one
Yeah.
scene.
Fun fact: I accidentally skipped over that episode my first time watching
You would
through.
have gained nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you missed out on.
accidentally skipped through.
Okay.
You actually missed out on like the best quote from Spike like ever like.
Oh, whatever
said.
happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like an amazing quote.
Yeah, I just didn't know where your profile picture came from. I just didn't know what scene it was.
You didn't
the
even-
episode.
Oh, it's
Bro,
from that episode.
I don't know how you
Okay.
skip.
I don't
Yeah,
know how
that
I
was-
saved that episode, but I watched it.
And then my final least favorite episode, surprisingly, it was the one with the cult.
You don't like? Oh,
I-
dude, I thought that was pretty good.
Like, it's my favorite of the worst episodes, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
oh, you mean like
was-
your least favorite? Least worst.
That's fair.
It.
You mean like okay? I know.
I feel like I've seen it before in other shows. That's why.
Nah, yeah, maybe I don't know, but like I thought it was like pretty interesting. Not gonna lie, dude.
It was Ryan's favorite only because Hein hacked the system.
mean Ed?
He beat
Oh,
the guy.
I didn't say it was my favorite, but ever since Ein was introduced and he was an intelligence dog, I was like, Ein is going to have a moment where he shines, and he helps the entire crew. He's gonna have one moment. He's gonna do nothing, and he's gonna have one moment. And I was correct,
just-
and he helped the whole crew there. And I was like, yes, this is cool. But I did think
Oh.
that episode was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, same.
I thought it was
same.
personally. Besides
It's like
that one moment.
Ready Player One, but like a little bit more
The
extreme.
character moments were good. Conflict, not so much. And those are my least favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Someone else talk.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
let's talk about theme. This is an interesting topic with the show. Because there are many characters that are drastically different from each other, but I think when discussing theme, we should focus on the main
show,
group.
yeah.
Not even really Ein. You can include Edward. You could include Ed in there, but mainly surrounding the three large characters.
You can include Ed.
With
You can
Faye
include Ed.
and Jet. And you can, yes, but Ed's like a comic relief side character. He's great. I like him a lot. I like her a lot. All right, include Ed as well. But what do you think a theme for this show could be?
Actually, can I say something? I thought about the theme. I feel like
Go
a
ahead.
theme of loneliness is shown around, because like you had Jed who had a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and like she left him and stuff like that. Faye also lost like almost her whole life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the most of the people she remembered are either dead or like old. And Spike, like we live in the past, and doesn't have Julia. I think that's like a theme of just loneliness, like having no one to like be with and stuff like that. I think that's like considered like a theme, in my opinion.
That's a good. I didn't think of that. That's a good one.
Yeah, I just thought about it just now.
That's good. Ben, what do you think?
What do I think? A theme. A theme.
Yeah, think of a theme.
He's stalling.
Okay.
He's stalling.
It sounds like someone didn't do his homework.
I did not do my homework.
Stop it before we get copyright struck.
Thank you.
Censor it.
That was actually a really good censor sound.
All right, Ben, you had enough time there to stall and think of something.
A theme. Okay.
We can
Well,
come back to you if you want.
The Hedgehog's Dilemma. Now, an Evangelion. JK.
Bro, that's even Bruh.
Wrong.
It does apply here. It does apply. No, it does
All right,
not.
well,
What do you mean it's the
Explain
hedgehog
it.
dilemma?
All right.
I don't even.
I'm curious.
But it's not about. It's not. You can't really relate it to Cowboy Bebop though.
Then we're not going to talk
No,
about it.
it's not. Yes.
Then
think of
move
something.
on.
We'll come back
I
to
will.
you.
Okay. Oh, well, you sound like my teacher. Okay.
I do. I got to keep
Move
things
on.
moving.
Move
Ajesh,
on.
what do you think?
I think a good theme is like moving on.
Yeah.
Cause let's see. Well, with certain characters, it's like with Faye, it's like living a whole new life, like being who she wants to be. Ed, it's like she's growing up, like she wasn't wanted, so she makes her own purpose and is moving on. Jet was like so heavily surrounded by his past that he had to leave the police, became a bounty officer, now is moving on. And then Spike with the whole two eye thing, seeing the past and the present. But like they all move on. Like each of the characters move on. So that's what I think.
What I wrote, I think the main conflict with Spike is the fact that he couldn't move on. I think the reason why he was so lonely and the reason why he struggled so much was because he was holding on to his past, and it was preventing him from living in the present.
Julia
and
specifically?
realizing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I thought about that
I think
too, dude.
Julia represented the fact that he couldn't let go of her at all, despite them being separated for so long. Just the idea of he was happy and he wanted to be with her. He was so stuck on it. He couldn't appreciate what he truly had in the end there. And if he had let that go, and I'm not saying just, forget about it. It was an important thing. You just got to forget about it and get over it. But in his situation, that's an impossible situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he really overlooked the people he had at times. He overlooked Jet. He kind of ignored him and went his separate way at one point, and completely overlooked Faye in the end. Didn't even give it a second thought. So I think that is a main theme, and how the negative effects of holding on to the past. And it's from living.
Ryan, I thought of holding on to the past as a theme, but
and you were
just
holding
had
on
to
to
say
it.
You just had to say it.
Well, you were
first.
holding on to it when I called on you.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, expanding on that, I mean, like they all have things like that. Like Jet was a former cop, and they have episodes related to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But,
especially like one character who betrayed him and like
catching up. Past is
Predictable, but still hit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was it. That's all you wanted to expand on, Ben?
That's it. There are other characters.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect.
Okay.
No, Ryan, that was a perfect theme. I was thinking about that like a while ago. I actually thought about that theme. So like,
just about Faye's debts and her previous life before. Boom, accident. That's so sad. And even
actually,
less further in the past. More recently.
Actually,
Yes.
not gonna lie, with Faye's like backstory, like, I know there was an accident she had, but like, I don't know. They don't really explain what kind of accident. They have glimpses of it, but I don't know exactly what happened.
She was on a spaceship that blew up.
Yeah, okay. I want to clarify that because I just kind of like see the glimpses, like what the fuck. I don't know. I still don't get what the fuck happened.
Wait, but
What?
the doctor and the lawyer.
Oh, they were con men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uncle.
facts.
Hilarious. It's like
There was an episode just dedicated to that, and that was only like 3 years prior.
I love
it makes sense on
That
her
was
penny
funny.
pincher like ways, but like she just is waking up and is like fast forwarded, and now she has like accrued a huge amount of debt, and it's crazy because you have like that's like
I'd be
an
like,
additional
30 million
thing.
woolongs.
I'd be like,
30 million
put-
wulongs.
put me back in the tank right
Yeah.
now. Put me back.
Oh man,
Yeah, wait for inflation.
I would say
Wait until the year 2071. You wulongs will be the official currency
She's like,
of every
she's
place.
like 2071. What happened to my stocks? I gotta check my stocks.
And the stocks be like, you're now worth $1 billion.
You're like, ma'am, the stock market crashed again 70 years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
how old is Faye?
ma'am,
canonically?
sorry.
Canonically,
Yeah.
Well, she went into the accident in her like 20s, maybe.
So
No, I think
she's
no.
around 24, around that age.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, but like technically, like, cause how like long she's been out, dude. Especially because she's been like, like hibernation. She could be like fucking 70 years old. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
She could be like that'll. Yeah, I guess actually I don't know. Actually, no, I'm looking at it right now. She was spent chronologically. She's 77 years old.
So
But
she's
she
like
is like
27.
24.
A question.
Yeah, because she was
Spike,
spent.
Spike and Jet's relationship. Do you think of that as like a father-son thing, or
Brothers.
like just like like
Brothers.
brother? Yeah.
It's brotherly.
Yeah.
They both have
Yeah,
What is
faults.
that?
I think it was brotherly, especially in the sense of the fighting. How
Yeah.
it was fighting on both sides. It wasn't Spike yelling at Jet and Jet like go to your room. It was they were both pissed at each other at times,
Yeah.
and that doesn't really happen.
And they would just
with
wouldn't talk
father-son
to each
relation.
other.
That's more
But
brother.
like they
Yeah, that's a brother
but they were still had each
there
other's
were
back.
some aspects of a father-son thing with Jet would always cook for Spike.
Yeah, but I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
just an age
No,
thing.
that's just
Yeah.
it's his ship, you know.
I mean,
Spike's always out.
yeah,
And
Jet
that's
is
true.
10 years older.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause
I
Jet's-
wouldn't have known that unless you told me, because it doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're forcing this thing on me that I don't want.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Okay. I'm
Come
just
on,
telling you
man.
the truth. I'm telling you the
I
truth.
will say
Okay.
the scene where they were eating the eggs just together in silence, that made me
Okay.
think that they were like brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
facts.
confused me a little because it's like, but 3 eggs in, you're getting the egg sweats, and they eat like an entire basket of eggs.
No, it's because they cooked for everyone. They
Hard-boiled
cooked
eggs.
for 5 people, but it was only the 2 of them. They're like, oh, you gotta eat
Yeah.
this.
Because Faye
And
was
it
like
sad.
Faye was like doing her own. Yeah, it was just.
I remember. It's just that's a lot of egg.
That's fair.
Actually, dude. Actually, seeing them eat that made me really hungry. I wanted to like make some hard
That was
boiled
the
eggs. To be
opposite.
honest.
You wanted some bell peppers and beef?
Yeah, that
I
too.
kind of want
like
bell
I
peppers and
actually
beef,
wanted.
not gonna lie.
Where's
Yeah,
the
same.
beef?
I want one of my first
Okay,
drinks,
Ryan.
like cocktails, to be the Cowboy. That's the thing that
Yeah, I
Jet
want a
ordered.
whiskey.
Um,
Oh yeah, the cowboy.
so the show's depressing, but surprisingly, it's also funny. Like I think Ed is the funniest character. Like
Actually, I actually like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I like that one episode with just Ed, dude, and like they had the mushrooms and shit like that, and
great
like
episode.
all the characters were just It was like there's this guy with like all these mushrooms and shit like that, and then like Ed gives them to them to like everybody in the crew, and all they're tripping
Yeah.
out and shit like that.
Great episode.
That was my favorite
That's
episode.
actually one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think Ed's the funniest character. So when she left, it hit. But initially, I was like, he's annoying. But then I really like after the mushroom episode, I like actually paid attention to the voice acting and stuff. Like, wow, this is really well done. Like it has a certain charm to it. But I think also, like besides the great voice acting, I think the comedy is just done better with cell animation. That's just me.
No, I get that.
I think with
What
Ed,
about the 2 episodes? Which were your favorites that were digital?
There were only 2 that were digital, weren't they?
and they were
Yes.
2 of your least favorites.
They're my least favorites. Yeah.
That doesn't have to do with the animation,
No, that has to
though.
do with
Like
the quality of the show.
they kind
Yeah.
of suck.
They did have they suck.
Okay.
But they also included like
Which-
CG, like and the ship to see like the planets. It was a bit jarring at points, I will say.
Yeah,
I think
well,
in-
it's not... Sorry, you can go.
Another reason why Ed stands out, a lot of these characters have a kind of traumatic past, most of them, and a lot of the people, it's not really a vibrant world around them in space and even on Earth. And Ed's just so carefree. It's like Ed's lost in time, like a normal person having a normal life. Just even though she has nobody, I'm not to say she has nobody on the ship, but like at first she really didn't have anybody, and she was just playing chess with that one guy, just living it up, having a good time. It was refreshing. The show wasn't always depressing in some moments when Ed was there to just say stupid things.
He did get levity.
I think Ed is more in the present than like other characters. The other characters, they like are reliving the past. Like Spike, for example, she's the only character that's like truly is like in the present. Like she's like her own person.
I disagree because the whole point of her getting on the Bebop was to find her dad. Like she wants to move forward, but she's still living in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure that's the only reason? Because the Bebop left Earth. You know?
Huh.
No, but
like constantly.
No, but,
like they only went back to Earth like 3 times.
The fake bounty on her dad was like the whole point was that they could eventually found her. Like she hacked a way to make the bounty look fake.
Have a bunch of zeros at the end.
$50.
I think part of her also just wanted to be on there, but like she also was living in the past. She wanted to be with her father like that. She wanted to live like a normal life again. So I want to say she acts like she's in the present, but she really isn't.
I actually didn't think about that.
That's going deep.
Yeah. He's going so philosophical
bro,
right now.
I have the index card, bro. I really thought about this.
Yeah, Ryan's really the most. Ryan was the most prepared.
Not like you, even though
he's not.
Me. I'm just like I just go with the flow. We'll talk about anything, dude. Whatever the topic brings it up.
Question: do you have an underrated character that you'd like to bring to the spotlight?
Actually,
Fatty.
that's
Fatty.
You don't even know who it is.
Who is it?
No,
who is it?
No, he's the fat guy. He's fat. First off, no, it's the guy that Jet knows. He
the cop
in the beginning where I'm not sure if it's cop. It was during the harmonica episode.
Oh, you lost me there.
The harmonica.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that guy. Oh,
that guy was funny.
That guy. I forgot about him, dude. I'm trying to think of an underrated character. Not gonna lie, dude. I don't know. I mean, non-character or anything that's like underrated.
Oh, him. Okay. I can go if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd say Lynn as a side character, but I was surprised on how much I like Jet because Jet reminded me a lot of like, it's like a couple Avatar: The Last Airbender characters, but in sci-fi. And I think I liked him so much for that, like more than I thought I would. I thought he'd be like, oh, he's the least interesting, but surprisingly not. Yeah, that's my pick. Ryan?
Yeah, I think
Still thinking for these side characters, underrated side character.
I'm trying to think too, dude. Not gonna lie.
What about like VT?
Side characters.
No. Did you like VT?
Actually, I think Andy.
Who was that?
I think Andy's.
Oh, that was a space truck episode.
Plays like metal music. Has a cat.
Oh yeah.
That was
that
a neat
girl.
one. Yeah, that was a neat one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I was gonna say I like the woman that had the cult of like the rats, like all those dudes.
Okay.
Remember, it was like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4. Actually, dude, that's actually one of my least favorite episodes.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I gotta say, like.
Yeah, that was like I was just about to. I was gonna say that for my.
That was not a strong one.
Was not at all, but she was funny.
I think the cop was good.
I don't know. Yeah, with the cop, yeah. Well, actually, she's a pretty interesting character. I don't know. It's like I'm trying to think of a very underrated character, dude. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Wait, I'll give you a few more seconds to think about it, but I'm going to mention another character, which leads into one of my first questions, okay? Do you guys remember Gren, the saxophone player?
Gren!
Why was he a trap?
Gren.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude. I think he explained.
Yeah.
No, I think he explained it because I think.
I know why.
Like fucking.
Like, because the experimental drugs.
But why?
But why?
Yeah. Oh, you're saying. I don't know, dude. Dude, actually, first time I saw that, dude, as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Ask Shinichiro Watanabe.
You know, I'll call him right now. Hey, yo, man, what the fuck were you doing? Call him right now.
I actually really liked him in the first episode because he was mysterious. He like cared for Faye, even though he was clearly gay.
But I'm glad you mentioned the character's name because I wasn't just say, oh yeah, that guy with tits seems really weird. Like
Yeah,
that's what
no,
I was thinking
no,
it, but I didn't say it.
no, it was still like
It's very
I
actually
liked his ending.
it is a very yeah, I do like his ending too, but like I just but why would what I it's like scene that I don't want to watch with like family because it's
Yeah.
like that scene comes up it's like bro don't
You
watch
know, if you were watching it on the TV, you go through the entire show, you'd get an interruption. Somebody would walk in at that scene right there.
Yeah, I know, because I remember watching it. Like, I got the Blu-ray, and I remember I watched it on my TV, and I was so worried. I'm like, dude, I hope no one walks by and like sees this shit.
It's so jarring because that 2-parter was one of the best episodes. Because it was during Jupiter Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Do you guys have any other side characters?
Fun
Yeah.
fact. Sorry for the interruption, but fun fact off topic. Our band teacher, the band teacher at our school, watched Cowboy Bebop.
For the soundtrack?
Oh, wait.
I think I don't know if you want to send this out. I know he has, and I think that he bought the music for it.
Like soundtrack? Or like for like sheet music?
I mean, I know at least. I think for podcasting, I did a podcast about Cowboy Bebop, and it's just a great show.
Great show.
Oh yeah, Ben. I remember remember telling me you did a podcast for Cowboy Bebop. I do remember that.
Yeah, so he definitely did watch it.
Ben, what the hell?
The
You
other
should have
one,
experience about this
not
then.
sure.
Why are you so unprepared?
I know, I'm really unprepared.
Yeah, Ben. That's true. If you did a podcast for it, which I remember now, then why are you not prepared for this?
It was
Come
only
on, man.
3 minutes.
It's not like I
Excuse me,
watched
that
the
was
show
my
like
alarm.
No,
three times
the
in a row.
podcast was only 3 minutes long.
True, yeah. I do remember you showing me the podcast, the one you made. Listening to it, I was like, yo.
Are you have any other side characters?
I don't know. I can't think of any, really, to be honest.
No, I can't. Do you have another question,
Yeah.
Ajesh? Anything else
So
that
this is
you have
related to
written down?
Gren, okay? This is a really long episode. You know how he wanted to go back to the battlefield where he first met Vicious, or I think it was Vicious?
Mhm.
Yeah.
On Titan.
Yeah.
It was vicious. It was vicious. Yeah.
Why is it never further elaborated about the Titan War?
Yeah, I was about that.
It is referenced in
In the movie.
in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, they mentioned it. No, I was gonna talk about like the world and shit like that. I wanted to like have a conversation about the world and like it's just general like the environment and shit like that. Talk about the planets and shit. But yeah, I don't.
Oolongs.
Yeah, I'm surprised like they never really mentioned about the Titan War. I wish they explained more about it because it's pretty interesting. Not gonna lie.
They didn't really have to go into too much detail because they made a separate film about it. It was called Remember the Titans. If you've ever seen it.
Oh,
We
my
watched
favorite
it.
movies. Yeah, one of my favorite movies, dude.
Gabe, I have a question actually. Does the war take place before or after Spike left the Syndicate?
No, I think it takes. Well, I'm looking at it right now. It says it takes place around 2060s. So it guessed before, but I really don't
Okay,
know.
because that could have been like, you could understand why Vicious is so bloodthirsty. Maybe something clicked to him in the war. What was the resolution of the war, huh? That builds war. That builds like the world, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about world. I actually want to talk about that because I love like the world that characters inhabit, like going to like different planets, living on those different moons. It's like cool.
Yeah, all those
Like,
different planets. That's gonna show up really well on the Netflix.
Like different. Oh, dude, no. These different planets like have a different ecosystem, a different environment. Like, I'm trying to think of one planet.
Mars.
Yeah, Mars. Like that's an example. I'm trying to think of like other planets. Like, what's that? The snow planet or like?
That's
planet?
Jupiter.
You sure? No, Jupiter has no solid ground. I mean, one of the moon.
No, in Jupiter's Jazz.
Yeah, but what planet?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a planet. It's more like I think it's a moon, as I remember.
They may have been on Titan.
No, I don't think it was on Titan. Titan's way different.
Well, Titan was frozen like that.
I don't even remember, but it was like that planet, which was interesting. It was all snow, and it was like a snow environment, which was pretty cool. But like, it's just like every like place is so different and unique in its own right.
I loved the gate mechanic, and I loved whenever they go to Earth
Okay.
because that episode where they find the beta max tape for Phase flashback was one of my favorites because I haven't heard anyone talk about beta max Betamax tapes.
Okay.
For the longest
That
time,
was-
because I grew because I
Yeah,
love
like that-
VHS, and hearing Betamax was like, oh, this is so fucking hilarious. Because like no
Bro,
one
we had
knows.
to have a I had to have another conversation about different formats. Cause there was like Laserdisc and like Betamax and like all these outdated formats. I like talking about this stuff because they're so like Laserdisc is basically like vinyl. It was like I don't know. We have to talk about this another day. I'm getting off topic.
Do you want me to go to my last question?
Sure,
What
let's
you
do
want,
it.
Sketch?
Okay.
Sure, let's do it.
Imagine making questions.
So, Spike's. How do I say this? Do you think?
Spike's gay? Oh no.
No.
What?
Gabe, stop.
Or European.
Sorry.
He's
Sorry.
Do you think Spike's like his choice in the ending was the right one? Because would it be better for him to ignore his past and live on his life, or choose to face the past after Julia died and not live out his
He's not
new life?
like okay. Well, while it would have been better for him, he was driven by anger when the syndicate was when Vicious Child was taking over the syndicate. They killed off a bunch of people. They killed
Julia
off
and
Anne and Julia. Well, first they killed off Anne, the store worker. That's when Spike said, "Okay, I'm staying here. I'm not leaving. I can't leave this alone." And Julia followed him. Then Julia died right after, and that really set off Spike to go after Vicious.
So Spike choosing the past, right, out of anger, does that go against the theme of the show?
I don't think so.
It's because he couldn't move on.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's him putting the nail in the coffin for his past. It's him. He's finishing it up. It's like he was living. It was an open book completely, and
It was all a dream.
No. But like him going back, if he continued to move on, he would have lived. He would have lived with everyone else on the ship, but he would have never left his past. He would have never left.
Exactly.
The only possible way for him to resolve his conflicts with his past was that way, how it ended. I really do think it was. Because he would have lived in grief the rest of his life. He would have been sad. It would have been hard for him. I think that was the only way they... Yeah.
Ryan, you put it perfectly.
That
was perfect, dude. That's all I was thinking about it too. I feel like that him doing that put his past behind him. Yeah, he's dead, or maybe he isn't dead. I don't know.
Okay,
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
Spoiler alert.
And then there's Spike. He's dead.
Yeah, I'm dead as fuck.
That was such
No,
a
but I
fair
always-
reference, and I get it.
I know you get it, Ben. That's why I
I
said
don't know, because there's so many times Spike has survived an injury, dude, that I feel like he probably would survive that too.
I mean,
like,
he did. He survived. So.
He survived so much shit. He survived getting blown up in a church and like jumped out, like got out of like the window and shit. I feel like he can survive like getting falling. I feel like he would like survive like anything, dude.
And
Like,
he survived. And he survived the Penguin Man.
I'm about to drop a bomb on everybody here. You ready for this?
Oh, no.
You guys,
What?
I just thought of this. There could be some religious ties. I doubt it because of where the show comes from. He gets launched out of a church there.
yeah.
Okay. There's an entire episode, the tech one with that one guy
the cult.
they were worshiping, where
Oh,
they discussed God a lot.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
The fact that he survived multiple times over and over, constantly living in this conflict, and he is able to pass. He survived worse injuries, maybe. That argument could be made. But he's able to be at rest when his conflicts are resolved in the very end. That's when he's finally let go. Just saying. A few times they mention God, he gets thrown out of a church, and he survives. And the only time that death is able to take him is when he's fully resolved of all of his conflicts. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Didn't
Ryan is
Didn't he call himself like
Yeah,
a
you are
bodyguard
overthinking.
at one point?
Yeah. Yeah. That too.
Yeah, well, something to think about.
saying.
Like rewatching it every again. Something to think about.
I'd like to point out Ben's stupidity. When I set out this challenge to catch up, and which I completed, I will say.
No, you didn't. No. The challenge was for us to finish it all together.
That's fine.
Okay.
Anyways, so
Yeah, that's
when
fair.
I asked Ben
Okay.
Where should I start? Okay, because it's been years since I saw the first 3 episodes. He was like, "Oh, just pick it back
Yeah.
up," and then Ben didn't fail to remember the first like minute of the first episode is all foreshadowing on like what happened that night when Spike left.
Oh.
You know, the most one of the most important scenes in the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just want to call out Ben for that. Because without that, I wouldn't have appreciated the show as much. So don't listen to Ben ever.
Wow.
That's all right.
Because
We haven't had to listen to him too much because he barely prepared.
Okay.
Facts. Oh no, wait, what did that mean? I never prepared either way.
Barely is funny. I didn't prepare at all.
I didn't prepare at all.
All I did was I said, you know, it'd be cool if we had a podcast when we finished watching, and then that was it.
I think it was pretty cool. I think we talked about a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm glad I watched it from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, Jess.
Yeah, I had to rewatch it myself too. Second time watching it, I had to rewatch it.
I would say that the dub for Cowboy Bebop is S tier. However, it is not the best dub I've heard because some of the background characters were a bit off. I can think of this is the 4th best dub for a show I've seen, and I've seen a lot of shows. Not a weeb.
There's one character I did not like. It was the one feng shui girl.
Oh,
what do you mean? I like that.
Yeah, feng.
No. The girl just had like the most monotone voice.
I liked her.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, no, her character's nice. I just mean like I understand what Ben's saying.
Yeah, the
like
voice
going
actress was just like the most monotone.
Oh my god, it's the stone. Whatever the fuck she's
Feng shui? What do you mean?
The stone.
You remember that episode with the
the girl like talked about feng shui.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yes.
I think
Sorry,
Jet's old girlfriend's new boyfriend. I think that was one of the weaker ones.
Wow, are they all just weaker ones for you?
Some of the black.
Yeah, I thought that episode.
I thought that episode
it was a good episode.
Yeah, I thought
some
that
of
was
them
too.
were a bit off. I think.
Like yeah, that I don't know what to say actually. What was my thought?
Sorry. I
Gave us dementia.
No, I think I'm getting Joe Bidenism. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Okay.
Hey, say what you want about your political beliefs. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day.
This show wasn't very political, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it actually wasn't.
Says something about the time.
It doesn't. See, not everything has to be political.
You can make a story about philosophical things. You can talk about a story about like just in general. You don't need to be anything. Doesn't have to be political, man. Like,
or you could just.
There was political. The Teddy Bomber talked about how he hated capitalism, and that's why he destroyed the tall buildings that represented it.
Well,
okay, Mister.
He did say that.
Where do you buy the materials to make the bombs? Where do you get the teddy bears from? Did he sell them himself?
Oh, did he make them himself? Oh no, he bought them.
Okay, gang, we're gonna change the subject today here.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, we got censor that. Beep.
So good. It's so good. Why is it so good?
I don't know. I'm just crazy sometimes. I can do crazy shit.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to say?
I've checked everything.
I think we covered a lot.
I've checked everything on my index card.
My list is done.
Yeah, my list is done too. My list has been done.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say.
Okay.
Can I have my bell peppers and beef?
No.
Well, Ryan, tell your story. Ryan, tell your story. Ryan.
Oh, this is great. True story. This is awesome.
Okay.
We were at an Italian restaurant for my birthday the other day, and the table next to me, the lady asked, it was like some salad, and it included like bell peppers, and it had some like ham. I don't even know. I don't eat salad, but I looked at the menu and I was reading through it and I saw it and I was like, oh, bell pepper. That's from the show. And the lady said, she placed the order. The person came back and said, I'm sorry, we're all out of the ham or whatever. It's like, we're all out of this. We can't have it. So it was the bell peppers and beef without the beef. They didn't have the beef.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Mom. You got me too?
Do you think Faye was in love with Spike, or do you think she was in love with what the crew used to be, and she wanted that to be her future?
She was in love with money.
She was in love. She was in love with the idea of finally having a purpose and being around people that appreciated
her. So not Spike
her.
specifically.
And No, she was.
Yeah.
She loved the idea of having a tight knit group of people, even though they would insult each other a lot and get on each other's nerves. It was finally a place she could come back to and call home.
Bang. That's
I think
exactly
that's
what I
all she had.
Okay.
Bang, dies.
That,
get
that,
bang.
that was exactly what I was thinking too, dude.
The internet spoiled
Dang,
it.
I love that.
Of course.
No, I love that ending, dude. He walks down the stairs, he's like,
And he dies,
and fucking,
you know?
fuck.
Okay.
Well, maybe he didn't die. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
All right,
Well,
Gabe, he's dead.
I mean, didn't the director like actually say like he left it so like Spike could still be alive? He could.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm
ruins
saying.
Yeah.
That ruins the show.
He
It
literally
does.
said this as a quote, dude. He said this as a quote. He said, "I left the ending ambiguous, so we don't know. Maybe." I'm
Dude,
literally
we
just
don't know.
saying.
Yeah, but we
Did-
do know.
Disney's gonna buy Cowboy Bebop and be like, somehow Spike has returned. in the next movie.
This is Spike and Faye's kid. How exactly? I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. Whoa. Slow down there.
I don't know. They probably
Slow
did that or somehow.
All right, well, I'm all out of things to say before I start getting redundant.
Highly recommend the show.
Oh,
I think I'm
let's
all.
talk. We're
all
talking about
good?
some fan theories.
No,
No.
theories.
I didn't.
It's just a game theory.
Faye's best girl.
Well, it's like the only girl. Oh, no,
Ed's
there's
the best.
Ed. There's
Ed's,
Ed.
Ed's the best
There
girl.
is.
There's
So
Ed.
eat
Alicia.
your
Yeah,
damn words,
There's
Ajesh.
Julia.
Take him back.
There's Feng Shui girl. There's VT. There's the
Yeah, Feng Shui
Latina
girl, dude.
There's
Oh, she's dumb as fuck, dude.
This is true.
There's
This
female.
is true.
I'd say it's surprisingly diverse.
Yeah, there
A couple
are.
Indians. I did
Right.
not.
What
What
would you
about that-
classify? What would you
what about that-
classify that saxophone player as?
He's a guy.
I guess
guy. The guy.
trans maybe. Rap.
I mean,
Hey, what about that? What about that black woman? Like with the big afro. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, she was funny.
Mushroom episode.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
that was so funny. I love that.
I love the guy who carried a coffin and then he's
Oh,
like, "I got this," and then like
Hilarious moment.
hits the car, and then the truck hits it. He's like, "Oh my
That's
god!"
why I love that episode.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Moral of the story: don't do shrooms.
Yeah. Lesson for the day, guys: never do shrooms.
I wish
Don't listen to
wish-
Mario.
Ed
No lesson.
like did more hacking. Like I feel like Ein was more useful.
I feel like Ed's talents were underused,
That's it. That's the only.
but for a purpose, because it's part of the show where it's like they barely had any money.
Yeah.
They could barely catch anyone.
They had no money. They ate mushrooms. Remember that?
That's true.
No. I love the episode with the fridge and shit like that. I love like lessons. Like number one, like whatever lesson it was. He was like, don't leave lobsters in the fridge.
Do you
for
guys
too
have a
long.
favorite fight?
Favorite fight? Oh, there's,
The ending.
There's
ending
there,
fight
there's
too.
yeah oh there yeah there's that. It's one fight I thought was really good is in Jupiter Jazz when someone calls Spike vicious.
Yeah.
Spike just gets super angry. He's like, I'm not vicious, and then he starts like beating everyone.
Oh yeah, that's actually good.
I like when
That's a good fight
Faye
too.
started beating people up too.
Yeah, that was funny. That's a cool one. I like Spike versus Andy.
Oh
I think
yeah,
that's-
I was gonna say that too. They're
Oh,
I
that's
double.
think I think that's my favorite fight in the entire show. 'Cause they're on top of the building. He's on the horse. It's
I like
funny.
Jet.
Well, the funniest part was Andy was like actually destroying him. He wasn't even trying, and he was destroying him. And then Spike
No,
does
they're
one thing.
pretty even. They were pretty even.
No, they were pretty even, but he had the upper hand. Clearly,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah,
wrecking him.
At,
And then
at the end there, he had the upper hand.
Spike does nothing. Andy falls like the building breaks, and he's like, "Well, you won. Clearly, you're the cowboy."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he gives him the cowboy hat, and he's like, "I'm gonna do something else."
The honor.
I
on
really
that
like
man.
the
So
Jet
good.
versus his old ex-girlfriend, like that chase, and I really like the one where Rocco dies. Those were good moments. Good moments, yeah.
Rip Rocco.
Good boy.
I
Even better
miss Rocco.
sister.
Rocco was just such a good character, and then the man had to die so soon.
Okay, now I'm all out.
Well, yeah, I'm.
Would you
I'm done.
rewatch the show?
Yeah, no. I do.
Okay.
This is my third time rewatching it. I'll watch
It's
it
my
anytime.
second. Yeah,
I
Gabriel
wouldn't
about
if
the Blu-ray.
I would watch it again.
I
in the
would
future
watch it
if I
again.
needed to. It's
I
fun.
caught myself thinking
It's a fun
about
show.
it within the past week. I was like,
Ryan, would you skip episode 20 though?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would see the beginning part. Because I actually like that part.
No, I'd skip it.
I'd skip the harmonica episode.
I would skip the fourth episode because this is not my favorite. Not gonna
Wow.
lie. I never liked it. Like even rewatching it recently, I just was
I only liked it because of Zach. I only liked it because.
No, not even that. Like it's just like in general. I think this was not a good episode.
Gabe, are you eating food now?
Yeah, I had.
He's playing the Chubby Bunny
I
channel.
mean, it's fine. No.
All right, even Gabe's done. All right, make sure to follow, like, comment, and subscribe.
Share.
Yes.
Share.
Hit the notification bell. Blah, 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 blah. It's so funny. See, I keep saying it, so you have to do it now.
And don't get blocked.
Sign into home.
Follow our Instagram. We need to have more polls and stuff up there.
Sign into.
Thank you for watching. Actually spreading it around word of mouth and actually sharing it really does help. If you learn to do clips, just listen to this in the background.
Ajesh, we've never
Ben,
done
let's
clips.
just do clips right now after we were done recording this. Let's just fucking do it.
Okay.